Hey there, it's Trisha, and I wanted to go over the trades for today, Wednesday, May 27th, that we took. And we actually were just took a couple scalps this morning based on the range that was happening. And so anyway, with that said, you can go to www.easyemintrade.com and check those out. Actually, I'm making a couple minor changes to our squeeze scalp that we like. So this way it will allow for more entries, and I'll be getting that out to everybody hopefully over the weekend. And I'm just going to send an email to everybody who purchased the ebook with an attachment, and that will just be a lot easier than sending out a whole new revised ebook. So this is our daily chart, and this is what we're looking at. Right here was today. And so we're in a range. I mean, this area here was resistance that took basically the whole month of April to break through, and you can see it was an area over here as well. We look to the left and we can see that that was an area where we got held up, and so we got held up there. We finally break through, and then this area over here becomes an area that we have to be concerned about. And that's exactly where we hit our head, and we've pulled back. So this used to be obviously resistance, which now becomes support, and so that's kind of where we're at. We're in that range there, and so of course we don't know how long that can go on. I mean, tomorrow we can go either direction. We obviously never know that, but we can go all summer long like that too. So with that said, we're having to make some adjustments to how we're taking our trades if we want to be able to take trades. And we're still taking quality and we're still being cautious, but what we've done is, like, obviously today you can see this is today that was pretty messy pretty much all day until this afternoon during lunch. And so what we did was we established a range, and I'll show you that on our smaller tick chart here. And this is our longer tick chart. So we establish a range, and once we get comfortable with the range that's going back and forth, then you can buy at support and sell at resistance, as long as everything is lining up for you to do so. And that will be in the information that I'll send out this weekend as well. So anyway, this is a trade that we took this morning. Is about 10:08, and this actually was a support area that we established. Let me just make this bigger here. If you look to our left, you can see it's an area that we kept hitting, and even go through yesterday, and you'll see it in before hours and so forth. So anyway, that was an area that that was set up as support. Hopefully I didn't just say resistance before that, but anyway, support. And if you look to our left as well, you can see that we have an area of resistance here, and this is our close from yesterday. Then we've got our floor pivots on there, and we have some other lines drawn on there, but I won't go too much into that. But those were areas where we thought that we would have resistance, which we did. So when we took this, we felt comfortable in taking it because we thought at least we would get a point or two out of it if we got stuck at this close from yesterday. So we got in here. We liked it because we had price going down, indicator going higher, so that's divergence, which usually is going to lead us to the upside. We follow our indicator. So got in at 906.50, and once I got my +1, I moved my stop to break even, and then was hoping for +2. Didn't get +2. When I saw it going against me here, I just flattened, but basically, it was just a little better than break even on my remaining 2/3. So 1/3 I got +1, and on 2/3 I got +1/4. And if you were managing this off the 512 tick chart, you would not have gotten out until much later. So that's up to you how you wanted to manage that. And if you did manage off the 512 tick, then great, because obviously you were in a lot longer, and you might have got in just a hair later, but not much later. Next trade we took was right here, and same thing. If you look to the left, this is an area, and I'll just see if I can adjust this a little bit. close enough. My line's a little off, sorry about that. But this is an area that we kept testing as support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, support. So when we got to this area here and we saw that we had divergence, meaning we have the indicator going higher here and we've got our price coming down to a lower low, then we felt comfortable in taking that at least for a point or two. So we got in at 908 and got our +1, almost got our +2, not quite there yet. But when we saw price test this high, had a high here, then test that same high while our indicator's going lower, we flattened and got out our remaining 2/3 at +3/4. So 1/3 at +1 and 2/3 at +3/4, and that's what we did this morning based on the sideways action that we had. This is something that occurred at lunch, and I know a lot of people in the room took this at lunch. And let me just see if I can make that a little bit bigger so you can see it here. There we go. So you have a high and then you have an equal high while our indicator is going lower. So they felt comfortable in taking this below the close from yesterday. So obviously they had a nice ride down, and that worked out to be beautiful. Now when they took that, obviously they didn't know if this area here where we had a support area drawn, if that was where they could get a price stall, and if they did, then they still would have had a nice trade. But this continued to go down, and they were able to take it. So good for them. And you never know, obviously, until you're in a trade, if any of these areas, these are other support areas. And obviously in this case you got a little sideways action there, but it went on to be a nice trade. And this squeeze here fired off, and this could have been taken. And the ADX was over 20 and rising, and so if somebody wanted to take that, they could. They've got the indicator over here was in line, indicator here was in line, and I'll talk more about this indicator in the email that I send out to everybody. But that worked out well too, and so it also set up on the 512 tick chart also, which could have been taken. So I took 2 trades. I wasn't here at lunch, so I missed that that nice run down, but that's okay. So anyway, those are the 2 trades that I took today, and you can check out the setups www.easyeminitrade.com, and I will get that information out to everybody by the weekend. Have a good one.